Welcome everyone, I'm JP and this is
Big guy.
This is pack and draw. We open up pack and draw the card later. Let's open it up. Go ahead. That's what we got. Get some good cards here.
Got Wimpod, Bunnelby, Toxel, Sinisty, Carablast, Rose Tower, Galarian Slowpoke V,
Nice.
Grass Energy, Simisear, Doug Trio, and Rare Fossil.
Well, we're definitely drawing Rare Fossil. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go with this nice here. This
Galarian Slowbro.
Slowbro. Yeah, it looks like a good card. Shiny. Let's get drawing. Okay, welcome back to the drawing part of the video. Here we have Slowbro V. So let's get started here. So my pose is slightly different, definitely going in a different direction here. I'm going to use a thicker marker, kind of get some of this outer part here. As I kind of like to do is like, kind of like cartoons, I like to emphasize the outer part of the character, make it a little thicker. It's a very cartoony kind of approach, but you know, it works for what we're doing here. So you can kind of see here I have a working on the head part. I have an ear there too. I think I'm going to use a thinner stroke for that since it's kind of going back in space. Definitely going to emphasize because we're going to use thinner markers later, so I can help fix some of this stuff here. Or not fix, kind of like make it, create a little more variation. And definitely a lot more interest overall. Now I have this kind of, I think it's like a conch coming forward in space. So I'm definitely going to, for some of these parts, create thicker, use thicker lines. Especially for the outside part of this. You know, I always talk about kind of confident strokes. And I think I'll even make this a little thicker. I'm going to just make it thicker over here. Work on some elements there. There, it's come along pretty good. As I say, come along nicely. I think in the future I might get even a thicker marker so I don't have to use as many strokes for this part here. But that's all right. You know, you always, different tools you use, you get different results. So you can kind of see I'm getting some of the form in there. Working that down here. And I'll even use this for the bottom part, kind of like the underbelly of the character. Make it a little thicker because it might almost serve as like a shadow or base. Since this is coming forward in space, I made that darker. I'll even make this part darker too. So this is almost like, I want to say like a, definitely it's like a hind or leg. I almost use this little hitch here as like an ankle part. A lot of kind of rounded edges, even though I tend to kind of use, sometimes I square things off a little too much. There you go. And I'll add those details in later. So yeah, it's come along pretty well. See, I'm kind of almost like blocking in elements, which is really nice for you to see because it kind of shows you a a different approach to, almost like a positive negative relationship with some of this. So yeah, that's turning out pretty nicely. Pretty nice. I'm gonna go to a slightly thinner marker. It's not that much thinner, but it definitely is. This is the tail here. Maybe I'll go back with the thicker one for the bottom part of the tail. Sometimes I like to go in there and start adding those smaller kind of details. Kind of see that there. There you go. So yeah, like that. Maybe I'll add some directional lines. Not too much, but just enough. Got that there. Okay, so I'm going to start working on his arm part here. Hopefully that will definitely we'll understand what it is. And finish off this, call it a conch, kind of like something you get out of the sea. Have these kind of protruding parts to that. It's difficult sometimes with showing the rounded edges, have everything line up so it makes sense. You might not be able to see it, but some of my pencil lines kind of go through here. So you can kind of see where his arm, his or her arm goes in there. And there's teeth too. I definitely don't know if people understand what that is, but I'm telling you on the video so you know. And I think for some of this part here, I'll definitely work in. I can come back. I'm going to work in some of the smaller lines in later. But yeah, it's forming that ear up. There you go. That's not too bad. There you go. Yeah, it's nice. Really, really enjoying that. I have some other elements over here too. Kind of biding my time with some of this. Tail. When I say biding my time with some of it, what I meant was with some of the parts to dry. All right. There you go. Yeah, it's looking really nice. So I think for the face and the part where you can kind of see the overall body starting to take form in there. So I think for the face and some of those elements, I'm definitely going to go down a few pegs here as far as the thickness of the marker goes. So since I'm kind of closer in space here, I'm going to use the thicker of the thins. Sounds odd. And then for this here, and I can fix that later. That's not that big a deal. Make this a little thicker, kind of coming underneath there. And have this, it's kind of like its snout. There you go. Yeah, I'll fix that in a little bit. But underneath there, I'm going to, it's weird because I think I could almost use the other marker, but I almost rather use multiple lines, then it can kind of vary it a little bit more. There you go. Little wonky in here. That's fine. I'll use even thinner markers for some of those other parts, like the eyes and so forth. Yeah, liking that. I think I'll thicken this curve just a tiny bit. There you go. Fill some of that part there. It's almost kind of like a implied toe area in those parts. Let me go for a thinner marker here and see how that looks, especially for like kind of like the snout here. This and this. I could probably even go into my smallest ones, almost like little seeds, but no worries. Little dots for eyes. These are kind of like the purplish part of the kind of like the cut in its where the colors stop and start. So you can kind of see how it comes across. I'll leave that kind of alone there. Definitely want to get that curve in there. So these parts here are more kind of like wrinkles, and that's okay with that part here, just to show a little variation. Because I want these to be different than the cuts and the like the elements over the lines are, the cuts and the color and so forth. So I'm not going to give it any like closed eyes, eyelids, or anything like that right now. I just want to focus a little smudge there. I really just want to focus on getting those elements in there first. So now I can go in there and start adding, fixing up smaller parts. You know me, I like to add the little details here and there, kind of like implied action lines and so forth. There you go. So this conch thing, which has like teeth, also have these like little beady eyes, but I don't mind if someone doesn't know what those are right this moment. There you go. Yeah. It's all about the small details, right? Perfect. Just those lines almost add just to show you like what direction this is going in. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, really coming along nicely. Really enjoying it. Or really enjoying the process of drawing and kind of sharing it with other people. All right, maybe get rid of that since I had that there. You guys know me. I like to add my baselines. You can see where I maybe smudged a little, but that's all right. So a few things I need to add in here, and I'll get the thicker marker, is over here, these kind of like little curly cues. This is like my way, since this is all black and white, of showing kind of like energy buildup. See these in a lot of comics, like Marvel comics and so forth. It's like energy buildup. They're going to blast out of there. And I think I'll use a thicker marker for the arms in the background over here. So there's two things here. There's one of these kind of like spikes coming out of the conch, like this here. I'll just use this while I have it here. Probably should have used the thicker marker. And then I have its other arm. One's arm holding it, the other arm's kind of flailing out. That, out of everything, might be something people are like, what is that? Be like, no, it's his arm with the three different fingers or claws. So hopefully everyone can kind of tell the difference in the end. Ooh, so close. Little smudge action there. That's all right. No worries. So close, though. And, you know, in the end, if we really wanted to add some white out or something along those lines, we can certainly do that. But let's thicken that a little bit, get rid of some of that there. No worries. Perfect. And I'll just, there you go. See that fix? Trade secret, right? When in doubt, just cover it up. So there you go. There you go, Slowbro. Maybe I'll use that as the title. I'll put my signature here. Hopefully you enjoyed this drawing. Please like and subscribe, and take care. Thank you.